They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commanders first down. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now wins. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So we see it right here on the opening drive, throwing the football in these snowing conditions. It's going to be very, very tough. You wonder if they're going to rethink the aerial attack going forward.
It will be interesting, and it'll be a debate because most of the quarterbacks that we know, they believe they can throw through anything. They don't care if it's rain, snow, it doesn't matter. Chance to throw the football, and I think a lot of coaches think that in these conditions, let's throw it early before things get worse.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 12, Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hurts. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take over here up near the 40. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw, it's Wentz. And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And they'll get this just to the 47.
They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession here.
Investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. From the 6. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Gibson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. This play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he takes this one back in the end zone. His defense gets a pick-6 TD. What a game this has turned out to be for him. Remember, CD, he had the turnover earlier, and now the pick-6, that's the cherry on top.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. When you force a turnover on defense, you're the guy most excited about getting back out there and trying to force another one. How about him picking off that pass, setting his sights on the end zone? You know he wasn't going to be denied getting there either.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Bring it home, boys. We got this.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your bench runner and get out of their way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson takes it to about the 37.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. Give him a yard on the run there. That's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. The coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So incompletion. It's only fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Sly able to put this one through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. Here's Hurts to throw. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this pass is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get... to 23. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Wentz. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on because he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Wentz gonna throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Wentz. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Curtis Samuel from 19 yards away. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
And here's a give to Gibson. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game, and that gives you 5 or 6 yards per touch, you take that every single time.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Wentz. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 2 yards on the pickup there. And 3rd down and 6 to go. Handoff for Gibson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Gain of 2. Just like we saw on 1st and 2nd down as well. Deuce is wild. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they enjoy this 4th quarter lead, starting out 1st and 10 now following the missed field goal. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
They run behind center with Gainwell. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, a run with Gainwell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Looking to throw. Smith catches left side. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the draw, here's Sanders. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He's got Smith here. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. A carry for Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles 32.
Vision he displayed on that play because he saw it wasn't a way he could really break up a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has not. To stay short of the marker. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. He gets it to Thomas. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on 4th. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. They'll run here with Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, 25 yards to the house. And the Commanders are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It was Deron Payne who got in there to make the play. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This no-gimme in the snow. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So Flag Eagles fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.